Hi there, my name is Tori. I'm going to be doing a video tutorial today on how to do fishtail braids. Before we get started, I just want to get out our supplies. We're going to need a hairbrush, one bobby pin. You're going to need 3 hair ties, one of which is a little bit more stretched out than the other ones, and then a hair accessory of your choice. So first you're going to start out by parting your hair. Mine's already parted, but however you normally part it, if you part it in the middle on whatever side, or if you're trying out a new part, go for it. But part your hair first before we start. You're going to take your brush and you're going to brush through all of your hair, make sure there's no tangles. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to pin up the bangs. Well, if you want to leave your bangs down, that's up to you, but I find that for braiding, it's a lot easier if your bangs are out of your face. So I'm just going to twist those around, take my bobby pin, and put it in place. Okay, now I'm going to part with my finger the back of my hair straight down the middle, and I'm going to pull the hair to each side. So now I have no hair in the back, it's all evenly placed on both sides of my head. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start our fishtail braids. So I like to brush through one more time, make sure we didn't create any new tangles when we're doing our part. You're going to take the looser stretched out hairband and you're going to tie it around the top of your hair like a pigtail. Now this hair tie is really stretched out, so it'll be easy for me to slide off over the braid after we're done. Now make sure that it's as high as it can go, since you want your braid to start at the very highest it can start. Okay, so brush out your ponytail one more time. You're going to split your hair into 2 pieces, 2 even pieces. And you're going to start with the one closest to your face. So you're going to take a small piece of hair, like this, and you're going to cross it over and join it with the other half. So let's watch that one more time. We'll take it from the opposite side now. Take the same size piece, cross it over, and join it with the other piece. So you're basically just doing a hair swap, so to speak, back and forth. See, my pieces are still the same size. Alright, now when you're doing this, make sure to pull it extra tight so that you don't have a loose braid later. Since we're not leaving these in, we want to make sure the top of our braid is very secure and tight so that it doesn't fall out once we take this hair tie out. Alright, so just continue down the braid. Now you can vary the size of the piece that you pull. Just depends on how you want your braid to look. So, and if you don't pull the same size piece every time, you know, it's not a big deal. It's still going to look good in the end. So we're going to continue. Just make sure when you're doing this that it doesn't create any tangles, and you smooth out any bumps that you have to prevent the bumps from being in your braid. I know yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. Everybody's hair is going to look just a little bit different depending on the type of hair you have, whether if it's thick or thin, or finer, coarse. Also, what length your hair is. My hair is very long, so it takes a little bit longer to do this braid than it would just to do a regular braid. with the 3 strands. But it's definitely worth it in the end because they look a lot cooler than the 3-strand braid. So we're almost done here. Also, depending on your hair length, you can kind of decide where you want to end it. I don't usually go all the way to the bottom with these braids. I kind of leave a little bit of a tail. For some reason, it just, with the fishtail braids, it just looks a lot better. I'm not sure why. If you have shorter hair, I would recommend doing a shorter tail. That way your braid looks longer. Okay, so I'm going to leave about that much of a tail on my braid. I'm going to take one of my hair ties and I'm going to secure it at the end. Until it's really tight. Straighten it out. And I'm going to brush out the tail. Alright, now here comes the tricky part. We're going to take this out. So just be careful when you pull it through. And now you can just slide right off. Now you can kind of play around with this a little bit. Spread it out. Alright, now we're ready to do the other side. So, since this side has my bangs on it, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to keep tame. We're going to brush our hair out. Make sure there's no newly created tangles. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to tie this hair tie. I do mine 3 times because it's like extra super stretched out. I'm going to put it as high as it can go, right there. I'm going to brush it out one more time. Okay, one more time. We're going to split it down the middle. Take the piece closest to your face, cross it over, and form it with this piece. And do the same with the other side. And just keep going. Like I said on the other side, it's really important to keep this top of the braid as tight and snug as you can. That way when you take out this hair tie, it'll still look like a decent braid. Instead of like a braid that starts way down here when you're, normally it would start up there. Now the whole reason we're using a hair tie on the top of our braid is because it secures the top in place and it prevents what I just talked about, like this whole part right here becoming very loose and the braid falling out. Due to there not being any hold on it when you're trying to braid it. Now it's possible to do, but it takes a lot more time and requires a very firm hold. Now look, I have this piece right here trying to poke out. I'm going to grab it Make sure I include it in this next piece, and I'm going to cross it over. This braid is very variable. You can do 2 braids, you can do 1 braid, you can do this braid from one side of your head to the other and then do like a bun at the end. It looks a lot cooler than the 3-strand braid. You'll definitely get more comments on it, and for some reason, I'm not sure why, fishtail braiding has like a reputation for being extremely difficult, and I feel that this way, there might be other ways to fishtail, but I feel that this way is extremely easy, and there should be no reason, if you have a little bit of time, that you can't do a fishtail braid. So we're just about to the end of that strand there. Alright, I'm going to take our other hair tie and wrap it around until it's very secure. Straighten it out, make sure it's even with the other one, and brush out the tail. And then now we're going to take this out, slide it through, and slide it down. Okay, now the only thing left on here is to add your hairpiece. So you can either add a headband or a flower. I'm going to choose to do a flower. I just kind of slide it over my bangs right there. It kind of prevents me from having to use another bobby pin. It kind of doubles as an accessory and a bobby pin. So there you have it. That is the double fishtail braid right there. Thank you so much for watching.